Rebound will go out of bounds, so now Fontbonne possession. Griffins inbound it. They give it to Herring. She gives it to Black. Now they work it over to Sportsman. Then they go to Walker on the left side. Here comes a three-point shot that's up and in. That three-pointer made by Emmy Herring. And that gives the Griffins a 3-point lead, 11-8. Allen has the ball. She bounces it off to Masner, gives it to Darby, over to Hurd now on the left side. She gives it to Clark at the elbow, right back to Hurd. She goes outside. Here comes a three-pointer for Allen. No good. She didn't get enough on that one. Hits the front iron. Griffins have it in transition, and there's almost a turnover, though there is a turnover. Carice Allen able to save it right before it goes out of bounds. Sportsman tripped up and almost threw it out of bounds, but Allen was able to save it. Three-pointer miss for Darby. Rebounded by Herring. Griffins give it to Black, up to Sportsman. Now to Walker on the right side. She's guarded by Darby Masner. Back to Herring, who drives in, kicks it to a corner three. They're not going to shoot it, and they're going to go cross court again. Now they're going to go inside. There is a shot by Jarvis. She misses the rim, airballs it. And now there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. They have to get something off. And there goes a floater in the lane by Caitlin Walker. It's unable to fall. Rebounded by Iowa Wesleyan. Tigers bringing it up. Allie Masner has a dangerous pass that's saved by Jamie Hurd. Over to Darby now on the left side. They're working it into the elbow with Hunter Clark. Open opportunity. Here comes Allie Masner. Oh, she can't get it to fall. There's just a lid on the basket right now this quarter. We've seen some good opportunities for the Tigers, unable to capitalize. And now Griffins are trying to extend their 3-point lead. Herring gives it up top to Black. They're working it inside. Here comes Jarvis. She turns around. She puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded this time by Allen. 7 minutes left until halftime. Masner has it. Gives it to Hurd. She's at midcourt. She's going to go right to the bucket. She's going to try laying it up. A wild-looking shot. It's going to be saved by Allen, who gives it to Clark at the top of the key. Ball's been poked out. We're seeing some fast and furious passing here so far from the Tigers, but they're able to save the ball. And Allen's going to drive in and be fouled. She hits the floor hard on that drive. She's needing a minute to get back up. We have a substitution in for both teams. Coming in for the Griffins, it's number 44, Colleen Ahern. And for the Tigers, Josie Zarusin and Lestella Slack both check in. So your foul on the court right now is Darby Masner, Jamie Hurd, Carice Allen, Lestella Slack, and Josie Zarusin. Allen has it on the right side. They go inside for Slack, and she puts up a close shot, and she gets it to fall off the bank shot, so it's a 1-point ball game. Griffins lead 11-10. They go up top to Sportsman, over to Black. She's needing some help. She goes to Herring, who had an opportunity for a deep three. She's going to pass it out. They're going to work it around. They go inside, and a foul's called. We'll see who they call this foul on. I think it's going to be Jamie Hurd. It is against Jamie Hurd, and it's also her first of the game. Fontbonne trying to inbounds. They go way up top. They give it to Black. Right back to Herring for a corner three. No good. Rebound brought in by Zarusin. Hurd's being brought up, and she's guarded closely by Herring, and she's fouled by Herring. And Herring automatically going to the bench. That's her third of the first half. That's why she's already going to the bench. Taking her place is number 35, Sarah Schrout. She's a fellow starter for the Griffins, but she's checking back in. Tigers have it with Allen. Over to Darby. Up top to Zarusin. She's going to work it around the arch. She goes to Allen, who thought about shooting. Now to Slack right at the elbow. Allen gets it right into the hole, and she had a wide open lane to the bucket. Tigers take a 12-11 lead. They take a timeout on the court. We'll take one with them. Right now, the Tigers have come back and taken a 1-point lead, 12-11. We'll be right back here on iwtigers.com. Welcome back, fans. We return to Olinge Rube Arena. We have a little over 5.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Tigers lead 12-11. Griffins go into the corner. They're going to try to escape. She gets a pick there from Sportsman. The pass is a little wild and it's taken away by Carice Allen. She's on a fast break. She's going to slow things down, let the half-court offense come in place. They go to Zarusin on the right side. She goes to Allen at the top of the key, right around midcourt. Back to Zarusin, going to her right. Gives it off to Hurd. She's going to get a screen, not going to use it. She was back to Allen. They have to get some shot off. They have 5 seconds on the shot clock. Allen's going to go right in, and she puts it up. But I think we're going to have a foul on a screen. Zarusin took a hard hit there, and I think they're going to call this one on Katie Sportsman. It is against Sportsman. So not on the actual ball handler, but on the screen she was given. Kind of just ran over Josie Zarusin. She drew the foul, though, and Tigers have a brand new shot clock to work with. Here comes a three-pointer from Hurd. No good. Rebound will be fought between two Griffins, but then they call a foul against Carice Allen. I don't know why they would call that one. It was two Griffins who were fighting over it, and she tried to get in there for a jump ball. They call the foul regardless. So we have Griffin ball. They trail by 1, 12-11. And they're working it around the top of the key. They go to the left side. They're going to go inside now. And they're going to try driving in. There's a floater. That one's a little too much on it, and it bounces off the back iron. Rebounded by the Tigers, and Coach Williamson wants a speed-up offense here as there was a mismatch. It was a 5-on-4, but the Griffins are able to regain all their players at this end of the floor. Allen has it on the left side. She's going to look for Masner. She gives a little too much on the pass. It goes out of bounds, so a turnover by Carice Allen gives it right back to Fontbonne. It's 12-11. With a little over 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. If you're just joining us, we're here on the last home games of the season for the men's and women's team here at Iowa Wesleyan. They're hosting the Fontbonne Griffins. This game will be the closer game of the two. Fontbonne and Iowa Wesleyan are very close in their conference records. The Tigers are 8-6, while the Griffins are 9-5. And then the second game should be pretty much a blowout. The Tigers come in 11-5 in the conference, while the Griffins are 3-13. A rough season down in St. Louis for Fontbonne. She misses her first free throw, so it stays a 1-point ball game, 12-11. And she hits her second, so they are all tied up, 12-12. Hurd gets the inbound. She's going to drive it up. She's picked up almost by a double team. She gives it to Allen, who has to get it past half court. She does. Gives it to Masner, who shoots a three. No good. And the rebound will be hauled in, this time by LaStella Slack, who gives it to Zarusin right near the bucket. She gets it to fall. It's now 14-12. Tigers in control. They go into the paint with Sportsman, and she's picked up on a double team, but a foul will be called. And I think this one's going to be against Carice Allen. That's Allen's second foul of the game. Inbound coming for Fontbonne. Here comes a shot right off the inbound. No good. She actually airballed it, I think, and that's what the student section is confirming for me. The rebound hauled in by Jamie Hurd. Hurd has it. She gives it to Allen. She's passing it off to Zarusin on the right side. Back to Hurd on the top of the key. Now to Allen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Allen has it, kicks it out. Zarusin will fire, no good. A little too far to the right on that shot. The Tigers really aren't on their mark tonight from behind the arch. And so far it's showing in their gameplay. And there's a pass inside, and it's up and in. That shot made by Sarah Schrout. And now we're tied up again at 14 points with 3 minutes left to play in the first half. We have a foul called, and this one will be going against Colleen Ahern. And that was an off-ball foul. Checking in for the Griffins, number 42, Lexi Jarvis. And for Iowa Wesleyan is Hunter Clark, taking the place of, that was Carice Allen. And now we have a steal off the inbound, and this one's by Black. They're on a fast break. They give it, and there's a shot up, and that one will be a blocking foul against LaStella Slack. Caitlin Walker just flew into her, kind of lowered her shoulder a bit. But they say Slack didn't have her feet set, so that's a foul called against her. And she will be subbed out here in a minute for Aaliyah Ty. Free throws up and good. Griffins take the lead back, 15-14. Ty checks in, the junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here comes the second free throw from Walker. Rattles around, no good. Rebounded, this time by Zarusin. 1 point ball game. Jamie Hurd bringing it up for the Tigers. Going to her right. Gives it to Zarusin. Gets a screen on Clark. Almost gets rid of it by Ty. Ty almost threw that one out of bounds. And she instead gives it. Here we go into the paint, and there's a foul call. Jamie Hurd drives in and gets the contact. She doesn't get the shot up anywhere near the bucket, so she will shoot 2 free throws. That's been an evolution of Jamie Hurd's game so far this year, is attacking the basket more and drawing more contact for fouls. First free throw is no good. As a team, the Tigers shoot around 71% from the free throw line. The Griffins shoot around 67%. Sportsman checks out and taking her place. I didn't catch the number. Shot's no good. It's short, so she misses them both, but she gets her own rebound back. And she's going to hold up and wait for the rest of her team to get set for a half-court offense. Zarusin has it on the right side, gets a screen from Clark. She goes right to the elbow, gives it over to Masner. She gets a screen. She's going to run to her right, and she's going to try going into the paint. She puts up a shot, and now we have a foul called. It's a charge against Darby Masner. So a turnover by the Tigers. They had an opportunity for 2 at the line. They don't convert. Then they get a second chance opportunity with the offensive rebound. And they've squandered them both here. 2 minutes left to go until halftime. Griffins lead by 1, 15-14. Jarvis has it. They go out to Black. There comes a 3-point shot, and that's deep, and that's good for Paige Black. And now it's a 4-point ball game, 18-14. Zarusin has it on the right side. She gets a screen from Ty. She goes over to Darby on the left side of the arch. She gets a screen. She's looking for help. She finds Ty in the paint. She's going to put up a shot. She's fouled. Almost gets the ball to go down. So she will go to the line and shoot 2 here. Aaliyah Ty's first trip to the free throw line today. Her first shot's up and good. So a 3-point ball game, 18-15. Second shot's up, and it's good as well. 2-2 from the stripe on that trip, and it's now 18-16. 90 seconds to go until halftime. Driving in, there's Walker, no good. The rebound will be hauled in by Ty. She loses the handle on it, and it's taken away. That steal will be going to Emily Bay. And they go right back to Black. She's going to get a screen. It's actually Caitlin Walker. She's going underneath, and she gives it to Bay, who can't hold on to the pass. So a pair of turnovers from both teams gives it back to the Tigers. 67 seconds left until halftime. They trail by 2, 18-16. Hurd will be playing point on this play. She brings the ball up. And she's going over to Zarusin on the right side, and she wasn't on the same page as Josie as she threw it way behind her. So another strange turnover for the Tigers, just mental lapse. Now the Griffins will have it with an opportunity to score. They go to Jarvis. They try going outside, and that's Black. Back to Jarvis. She goes into the paint, pump fakes, gets Hunter Clark to kind of jump on it, but she misses the shot, rebounded by the Tigers. Keeping it on the outside is Hurd. She's going to try driving in. She kicks it to Clark. Outside for Zarusin. She's going to go in. She stepped back. Jump shot. No good. Rebound will be fought around, and then Hunter Clark will be the last to touch it. It's knocked out of bounds. So the Griffins will have the ball for the last shot of the half. There's 22.3 seconds left to go, so the shot clock is disabled. Griffins get the inbound. They give it to Ahern, who's guarded this time by Hurd. Hurd almost poked it out for a steal. She gives it to Black, up to Walker at midcourt. 10 seconds until halftime. Griffins have the shot. They're going to have the screen. She's going to go into the corner. She's going to have to put up a shot. It's up. No good. She airballed it. That was Walker, that was Paige Black from the almost assist by Walker, but she airballed it pretty bad. So it was a tie after the first quarter, and it's a tie after the second quarter, 16-16. We'll be back with second half action here in about 15 minutes, right here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, folks. We're getting ready for second half action between the Tigers and the Griffins. We're all tied up at 16 points apiece. And we have the official stats from the first half. The leading scorer in the game was Sarah Shrout, who had 7 points for the Griffins. And then the next 3 top scorers are all at 4 points, and they were all in the Tigers. It was Listella Slack, Josie Zerusen, and Carice Allen, all with 4 points. Leading rebounder for the Tigers was Listella Slack with 5 rebounds. Right now, the Griffins trying to move around. They go into the corner. They go back to midcourt with Herring. Herring had to leave earlier in the first half because she had 3 fouls, and then she turns it over, almost turned it over. Nice save there. Oh, and then a beautiful shot by Raven Venegas. She stops the ball from going out of bounds, and then with the shot clock winding down, just throws up a Hail Mary and gets it to fall. What a shot, and it's now 21-16. Zerusen has it. She goes to Slack. Passes it over to Hurd now on the right side. Getting some better quality shots to fall is the main area of change for the Tigers. So they shot 18% from the floor in the first half. That's 4 of 22 shots. And they were 0 of 10 on their 3-pointers. That's 0%. So they need to find some good shots and get them to fall. There's a shot for the Griffins that will not fall. Rebound by Allen. They have it with Hurd on the outside. Slack now has it, and she passes it off to the right side with Hurd. To Zerusen at the top of the key. She goes over to Allen. She gives it to Slack at the elbow. Hands it off to Masner. And she's going to almost turn the ball over. She had 4 turnovers in the first half. And now we have 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's a layup no good by Jamie Hurd. Carice Allen gets the offensive board and is fouled by Venegas. So she will go to the line shooting 2. I think we had I misread the scoreboard at the end of the first half. It was actually 18-16 going into half. I keep looking at the broken scoreboard, and that one showed 16-16. She hits her first free throw, so now it's 21-17. And Carice Allen shooting her second, and it's up and good, 21-18. Griffins are moving it around. They go to the left side, and going in is Walker, and she will charge against Listella Slack. She ran full speed into her and kind of just forgot all reckless abandon and went straight into her, so that's a turnover by the Griffins. Right now, Tigers are bringing it up with Allen. She puts up a layup that's off the rim, no good. That was a good look, but she just can't get it to fall. And those are the shots that the Tigers are going to start having to make because, again, they shot 18% from the floor in the first half. They need those easy buckets to go down. Griffins working it around the top of the key. And they hit another three-pointer, and this one by Herring. And it's now 24-18. Tigers bringing it up with Hurd. She's going to the left side. She gives it to Allen. Over to Zerusen now on the right side. She's going to try driving into Slack. That ball's going to be knocked out by Herring, so another steal for the Griffins. Herring on a fast break, going to hold things up. She thought about shooting a pull-up 3. She passes in over to Black, who gives it right back. She brings it to midcourt. She's going to try driving in on Hurd. Gets a screen, going to her left, kicking it out. It's now Walker. They're going to try going inside. The ball will be tipped out, but Sportsman will grab it and put up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Allen. Listella Slack stumbled there for a minute, but she's able to pop up and get down court. Zerusen has it on the left side. She gives it to Allen. Over to Darby on the right side. She gives it to Zerusen. Some good passing here by the Tigers. They just need to find an open shot. Here comes one for Carice Allen, and she gets it to fall. She was just a couple feet behind the free throw line, and she gets the jumper to go down. And Coach Williamson will take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one with them. Right now, the Tigers are trailing 24-20. We'll be right back here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, fans. Right now, the Tigers are trailing 24-20. The Griffins have possession. They have it with Walker to Sportsman out of the right side with Black. Back to Herring at the top of the key. Now there's a corner shot. They're not going to take it. And they go underneath the Sportsman, and she throws up a wild-looking layup. And they say out of bounds on her shot. I think she was anticipating more contact than actually arrived, and she put way too much energy on that one. And it flies up and hits the top of the scoreboard. So a turnover by the Griffins. On one of the strangest turnovers I've ever seen. I don't even know if you can consider that a shot. It didn't hit the rim. Zarusin has it. She's going into the lane. Kicks it off for Mazur, but it's going to be poked out. Almost taken away by Paige Black. And right now we see the Griffin defense is just putting a little more energy into their efforts than the Tiger offense is. Hurd has it on the right side. She's guarded by Herring. Goes over to Allen, who tries driving in, and she has the ball whacked out. It's taken away, that time by Black. Walker has it on a fast break. She's going to go into the paint. She spin moves, kicks it out. There's an open jumper. It's up and no good. The rebound will be hauled in by Carice Allen. Still a 4-point ball game, 24-20. Hurd. Going to her right, finds Zarusin. She goes over to Allen on the right side of the arch. She finds Slack at the elbow, who hands it off to Hurd. She's going to try driving in on Herring. Nice defense from Herring. Jump shot, a wide open Carice Allen, and she gets it to fall. Carice Allen really starting to find her mark here in the second half on her jump shots. And it's now 24-22. Black gives it to Herring. Goes up top to Walker. And now we have a foul called, and we'll see who they call this one on. It's either Hurd or Zarusin. It's going to be against Josie Zarusin. Inbound for the Griffins. They go right underneath the basket. No good. Black had an opportunity, but can't get it to fall. And then Sportsman has the ball, and she just throws it up and gives it away. Darby Mazur's able to get the handle on it, and she gives it back to Hurd. It's a 24-22 ball game. Tigers fighting back. Slack gives it. Here comes a shot. That time for Jamie Hurd, and she gets it to fall. Three-pointer. Tigers take the lead, 25-24. Walker has it. We haven't seen the Griffins really get a quality shot in quite a while this quarter. They give it to Sportsman. He's going to go in, and she puts her shoulder right into Allen. There goes a shot that's up and good. That time for Caitlin Walker. Gives the Griffins another lead, 27-25. Masner passes it over to Allen up top. She gives it back to Masner in the corner. Now to Zarusin, and they're going to work it around to Hurd now on the right side. Seeing some nice passing this half. Hurd thought about shooting a three-pointer. She elects to hold up. And now they're going to go over to Zarusin left side. She goes baseline under the basket. She's going to go up, and she's fouled that time by Caitlin Walker. So Zarusin will go to the line and shoot two. Right now, it's a 2-point ball game, 27-25, and Josie Zarusin has an opportunity to tie it up. There's the first shot. She put too much on it. Hits off the back iron, no good. Pair of substitutions for Fontbonne. Sportsman and Black will check out, and coming in will be Colleen Ahern and Lexi Jarvis. Second free throw is up, and that one's good. So it's a 1-point ball game now, 27-26. Tigers still trailing. And they go around the top of the arch. Now on the left side with Herring. She's going to cross up, trying to go inside. Picked up on a double team. Almost is out of bounds, and she's going to throw the ball away, but they say it was last touched, knocked out by a Tiger defender. Griffins will be inbounding. Last time they were in this position, they tried going with the immediate score right off the inbound. And they go up top. They give it to Shrout, who is the leading scorer at halftime for the Griffins. A missed three-pointer will be rebounded, and they get another shot. No good. They get the air ball back, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds. It's thrown off the shins of the Tigers. That time by Shrout. That's a smart move because she couldn't make a clean pass, so throw it off the feet of your defenders and reset. They give the inbound to Jarvis. She gives it over to Ahern. Back to Herring, and they go to the right side now with Walker. She pulls up for a three and hits it right in the face of Jamie Hurd. What a shot. And it's now 30-26. So right as all the momentum seemed to be going with the Tigers, the Griffins had other plans in mind. Left side now with Allen. She gets it to Slack right on the elbow. Goes to Zarusin. Back to Slack. She pulls up for a jumper, and she gets it to fall. Nice jump shot there by LaStella Slack, and now it's a 2-point ball game, 30-28. Herring over to Ahern, to Jarvis. They give her a lot of space. They don't respect her three-point shot. Now to Ahern again, who's running to her right, guarded by Zarusin. They're trying to go into the paint with Jarvis. They do. She puts up a shot, gets it off the backboard. Back to a 4-point ball game, 32-28. 2 minutes left until halftime, or not halftime, it's fourth quarter. Darby has it to Zarusin, now to the right side with Hurd. Give it to Slack at the elbow. Here comes a three-point shot for Masner. That's up and no good. She's really struggling to find her shot tonight. First half, she was 0-4 on her shots. All of them were three-pointers. So she's still trying to find something. She gets a steal here. Heads-up play to come over and help on the interior post. And she gets a takeaway, so now it's Tiger possession with a little under half a minute, or minute and a half to play. Allen gives it to Slack. Gives it right back to Allen for a three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by the Griffins. Here comes Herring. She thought about holding up. She goes right in the paint with Jarvis. Spin moves, puts it up. No good off the backboard. Allen gets the board. 60 seconds left until the fourth quarter. They go over now to Zarusin on the right side, to Slack outside for Allen. She's going to try driving in. She puts up a shot off the glass. No good. The rebound will be won by Jarvis, and she gives it to Walker. They're on a fast break. It was a 3-on-2. Walker now going to the paint, putting it up, and was fouled before the shot by Darby Masner, so I don't think she'll be going to the line. We'll see if they say she's actually shooting. No, she wasn't, so they will inbound instead. Slack will check out. Hunter Clark will come in. Herring trying to inbound. She does. They go quickly, and that's a missed shot by Walker. She gets her own rebound, but puts up a wild-looking layup. No good. So now with 30 seconds left in the quarter, Tigers have it. There's a 6-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So no matter what they do, unless they get an offensive rebound, they won't be able to end the quarter with their own shot. Grace Allen going right into the paint, and she was fouled, that time by Walker. And they say she was in the act of shooting, so she goes to the line shooting two. Allen had 4 points in the first half. She shot 1 of 3 from the floor. This is her first free throw. Coming in for the Griffins is Emily Bay out of Union, Missouri. Here comes the second free throw. That one's good. So she makes 1 of 2 on that trip. It's 32-29. 10 seconds on the clock. Herring flying up the court for the Griffins, trying to go inside. And we have a defensive foul. It's against Josie Zarusin. So with 8.2 seconds, the Griffins will inbound after the foul call. They give it to Jarvis. Outside for Herring. She's going to go right in. She puts up a shot. No good. The rebound will be hauled in by the Griffins. They get it, and they put up no shot. They tried passing instead. So after 3 quarters, Fontbonne is in the lead by 3 points, 32-29. We'll take a break and be back with the fourth and final quarter right here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, folks. We are back here in Olin G. Rube Arena. Kayla Wendt bringing you the live play-by-play action tonight on IWTigers.com. Make sure you keep it tuned because shortly after this game, we will have the men's game with the Tiger men's team hunting one of those top 4 conference spots. Right now, they are in 3rd behind Westminster and Greenville. Right now, the Tigers are trying to claw back into a 3-point deficit. They trail 32-29. There's a turnover by Darby Masner, and she really tonight has not been seeing the floor very well. I think right now she has more turnovers than shots taken. Venegas is going to kick it outside. That's to Black, who goes over to Herring on the right side. Back inside to Venegas. She's backing down, but travels before she puts the shot up. So a turnover by Fontbonne gives it back to Iowa Wesleyan. And these final 10 minutes are going to come down to who can commit the fewer turnovers. It was almost an even back and forth in the first half. Iowa Wesleyan had 8 turnovers compared to Fontbonne's 7. So 3-point ball game now. Tigers bringing it up. Allen has it, goes over to Slack. She's at the top of the key. She gives it to Hurd. She's going to her right, going baseline, trying to go up, putting it up right in the paint, no good. Rebound will be hauled in by Sportsman. Here come the Griffins on a fast break. It's Walker. She sidesteps. She goes right up, gets a high layup at the very top of the backboard. It falls, though. 34-29 our score. Tigers go over to Clark. Now to Allen on the left side. Hurd has it, and she's going to try running right in the paint. Kicks it out for Slack. Over to Zarusin. Gets a screen. She's going to look for Clark again. They have less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. They have to find something. They go over to Zarusin. She pulls up for a 3. She gets it to fall. Nice shot by Josie Zarusin. And now it's a 2-point ball game, 34-32. Here comes the 3-pointer by Black. No good. Rebounded by Walker. She turns around, gets the putback shot to fall. So now it's 36-32. Hurd bringing it up. She goes over to Zarusin, who gets a screen from Clark. Over to Slack. Now to Hurd. She's going to pull up for her own 3, and it's good. Another 3-pointer, and it's now a 1-point ball game, 36-35. So after missing 10 3-pointers in the first half, the Tigers are starting to find their shot here in the deep fourth quarter. And now we have a foul called, and this will be against Jamie Hurd. I don't like that call, and neither does Coach Williamson. That was clearly a push-off by Herring. That's the second foul against Jamie Hurd. They give it into Black, right back to Herring. She's guarded by Slack. This zone defense by the Tigers creates a lot of headaches for a lot of coaches. Herring tries going to her right, going cross-court to Black. They go into Walker, who's going to put up a shot. I think Hunter Clark may have gotten a hand on that one. They did not get anywhere near the rim, and instead is hauled in by the Tigers. 1-point ball game. Zarusin has it, gives it to Slack. She's going to go over to her left, give it off to Hurd, who's going right into the paint, and she was fouled beforehand. And I think this one might be against Caitlin Walker. No, they're going to say it's actually on Paige Black, not Caitlin Walker. I thought Black got her hand in there at the last second. They inbound to Slack, and she immediately gets the shot up and off the backboard. Tigers take the lead, 37-36. It's been a back-and-forth affair all night long, and right now the Tigers are taking the lead. Herring goes over to Vendeas. She's going to spin move. She goes in, and she gets the foul and the bucket. She has a bit of a physical advantage against LaStella Slack. And she spin moves in her way to a 3-point opportunity. She settles in for her free throw. She has a little ritual, looks like she's doing down there. She misses. So it's back to only a 1-point ball game, 38-37. Here comes Allen. She gives it off to Hurd. Hurd gives it to Masner on the left side. Over to Slack up top. She's going to direct some traffic. She gives it back to Hurd, who's now on the right side of the arch. She's looking for help. She finds it in Zarusin. 10 seconds on the shot clock. That ball's going to be poked out. Hurd's able to save it. It's taken away by Vendeas. They're going to throw it in transition. It's Sportsman. She's going up, and she's blocked by LaStella Slack. Sportsman thought she was going to have a layup, threw it up, and Slack came flying out from behind and got all ball there. Nice defensive effort by LaStella Slack. Vendeas has it. She's needing someone to come help her. She finds Walker. They go over to the right side now with Paige Black. She goes up top to Walker, who's guarded by Hurd. She's trying to dribble her up, but she's able to stick with her. Now to Herring in the corner, picked up on a double team. She gives it to Vendeas. She puts up a jump shot, no good. The rebound will be knocked out of bounds, and they say last touched by the Griffins. So Tiger basketball, and they have an opportunity to take the lead back. Allie Masner will check in for Josie Zarusin. So your 5 on the court right now is Slack, the Masner sisters, Jamie Hurd and Carice Allen. 6 minutes left to play in the game. Hurd goes over to Masner on the right side. She gets the screen, not going to use it. She goes to Darby. Now across the court to Hurd, who shoots a 3. Off the mark on that shot. Kind of airballed. I think she might have nicked the rim there. Sportsman gets it on for another fast break layup. She's unable to get it. And they are just playing way more physical right now in the post. And now there's almost a turnover. Jamie Hurd's able to save it. And we have a timeout taken by Coach Williamson. Heads up play by Hurd to kind of slide there and get the ball and pass it away before the turnover. We have a timeout taken. We'll take one with them. It's a 1-point ball game. Griffins lead 38-37. We'll be right back here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, folks. We return to Olin G. Rubel Arena in a tight contest, and we're getting later and later into this game, so someone's going to have to start pulling it out. 38-37. Allen goes outside for Allie Masner. She's going to go into the paint, gives it to Slack. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and Allen's just going to shoot. She's unable to get it. It was a good look for a second. I thought it might have gone in, but it ricochets out. Herring has it on the fast break. She's going to slow things down. She drives in on Hurd. She goes to Vendeas. She's backing down. She gives it back to Herring, who's going to take a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Slack. Just over 4.5 minutes left to play. Tigers have it with Hurd. They go over to Allie Masner. She gives it right back to Hurd, who's trapped in the corner. She gives it to Allen, who's going to pull up for a 3, and it's good. Carice Allen makes it a 2-point ball game, 40-38. Allen has been the saving grace in this half for the Tigers. Black's going to work it over to Walker on the right side. She's going to drive in. She kicks it out, and that's going to be right into the hands of Darby Masner. I don't think she judged that pass correctly because that one was straight at Darby. Hurd has it. They have an opportunity to build a lead here because they lead by 2. They really haven't had a big lead all night long. Most of the time they've been trailing and trying to fight back into the game. Allen gets a screen. She's going to blow past it, kicks it outside. Open three-pointer for Hurd, no good. Offensive rebound is going to be last touched by, I think that's Sportsman. No, it's going to be Paige Black. But for some reason, she tried to grab it and stay in bounds instead of letting it fall out of bounds. So a second chance opportunity for Wesleyan. Hunter Clark checks into the game, so you're 5 on the court right now. Jamie Hurd, Darby Masner, Carice Allen, who gets the inbound, puts up a shot, no good. The ball's going to be fought for, but we have a foul coming. And this one, I believe, will be against Hunter Clark. No, it's going to be against Carice Allen instead. But back to the 5 on the court, Jamie Hurd, Darby Massner, Hunter Clark, Listella Slack, and Carice Allen. Typically, you don't see Clark and Slack on the court at the same time, but last home game, you got to pull out all the stops. Griffins are trying to come back into this 2-point deficit. They have it with Herring. She goes inside, backing down. There's a shot, and that one's up and in. That was a nice shot by Sarah Schrout. And now we're all tied up, 40-40 with 3 minutes left to play. Hurd getting guarded by Herring. She's needing some help. She finds it in Allen on the right side. She's directing traffic. She's going to her left. She's going right into the paint. She's going to lay it up, and she puts up a wild-looking shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Fontbonne. Herring on a fast break. It's going to go up, and she turns the ball over, unsure of what that pass was. She looked like she was holding up to pass it out of bounds, but then threw it directly to the Tiger defenders. So a turnover by Fontbonne gives the Tigers another opportunity. Darby gives it over to Allen on the right side. She gets a screen from Slack. She thought about holding up, gives it to Darby. She shoots a three-pointer, and she gets it to fall. Her first three-pointer of the game. Couldn't come at a better time. She hits the three, and now it's 43-40 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to play. Timeout on the court. We'll take one with them, and we'll be right back here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, fans, to Olin G. Rubel Arena, where we are in a tight contest between the Fontbonne Griffins and your Iowa Wesleyan Tigers. Right now, it's a 43-40 lead for the Tigers, just coming off that three-pointer by Darby Masner. Her first shot to fall in the game, and it comes at a great time. Better late than never. Sportman goes in for a layup, and she's fouled, that time by Listella Slack. So now Sportsman will have a chance to shoot two. Sportsman getting quite a bit of playing time. She's a freshman out of St. Charles, Missouri. Here comes her first. Oh, she's got to do the ritual. And it's up and good. Cuts it to a 2-point ball game. Second free throw, she's dribbling it up and shoots. It's good. Now to a 1-point ball game, 43-42. Right now, if you're the Tigers, obviously you do need to score, but more importantly, do not turn the ball over. They give it to Darby, who's going to get around to the top of the arch, and she passes it off. Hurd has it. She gives it over to Allen. 2 minutes left to play in the game. Now to Darby on the left side. Hurd up top. Back to Allen on the right side. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Something's got to give, and she goes in, gets a shot off, and she's fouled. And Coach Williamson wants to discuss some strategy with Darby Masner and calls her over to the bench. But Carice Allen now has an opportunity to give the Tigers that 3-point lead back. First shot's up, and good. 44-42. She settles back in. Here comes her second. It's up, no good. She put a little too much on it. Hits the back iron, rebounded by the Griffins. 2-point ball game. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the ball game. Griffins are going to try driving in with Black. She goes into the corner with Herring. Back up top to Black. She's guarded by Zarusin. She gives it to Walker. There's a switch on defense, and they go inside. The steal taken away here by Carice Allen. She played that one perfectly, trying to deny the interior pass. Allen's going to slow things up and get the best shot available. Zarusin gives it back to Allen on the right side. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Allen gives it to Slack at the elbow. Back to Allen, into the corner for Zarusin. She shoots, shorts it, no good, but Allen gets it, and she puts it up. So a missed shot there by Zarusin, taken in by LaStella Slack, who gets it right up and in. And now it's 46-42. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back. 66 seconds left to play here on IWTigers.com. Don't miss it. Welcome back, folks, to IWTigers.com. We're getting ready for the last 66 seconds here between the Griffins and the Tigers. Right now, the Tigers lead 46-42. With just 66 seconds left into the game. Herring gets the inbound. She will be guarded here by Jamie Hurd. She goes over to Walker, who gives it up to Black. She shoots a three-pointer. That's deep, no good. And Allen gets the rebound. She's needing some help. She gives it up to Zarusin, who gets past half court. To Slack in the paint. And she's going to almost stumble, almost get rid of it. Gives it to Zarusin, and she goes back to Slack. She shoots a shot, and she airballs it. And I'm sure why they didn't just hold on to the ball and wait for the rest of the offense to come up. But a turnover by the Tigers. Give it to the Griffins. They're going to go outside. Herring will shoot a three. It's up, no good. Misses, rebounded by Zarusin, and they say last touched by Walker. So with 26 seconds left to play, it's a 4-point ball game. Tigers will have possession. They have to be careful off the inbound. They give it to Slack, who almost turns it over, and there's going to be a loose ball foul. Walker was going for the ball and just crashed right into Carice Allen. So that's a loose ball foul against Caitlin Walker. Tigers will inbound again, this time with 23.8 seconds left to play. They lead by 4, so the need to score isn't necessary for them. Slack gets it on a deep inbound play. Slack's going to just bring it out to the three-point range and hand it off to Darby Masner, who will be fouled immediately by Paige Black. And the Tigers still aren't in the bonus. Both teams have done a good job of staying out of foul trouble. Allen will inbound with 20.4 seconds. She gives it, and that's going to be taken away by Walker, and she's going to drive in on Zarusin. She puts it up, almost gets the bucket and the foul. Zarusin has to be careful there. She had her back to her and really didn't have a footing to make a defensive play. So with 17 seconds left in the game, it's a 4-point ball game, but the Griffins will have 2 free throws coming for Caitlin Walker. The first is up and good. 3-point ball game. We're starting to get down into the pressure cooker moments in this game. And there's the second free throw. It's up and good. It's a 2-point ball game, 46-44. They inbound to Zarusin, and she's holding on to it, and she's fouled that time by Herring. Gets really fouled that time by Herring. She knocked her over. Helps her up, though, showing the good sportsmanship. And that will put the Tigers in the bonus. So Josie Zarusin has to make some clutch free throws here If she can hit them both, would be ideal. One thing you can't do is miss them both. And she misses the first one. So now it's 46-44. She's got to at least hit this one, make a three-point ball game, put the pressure on the Griffins to hit a three. Second free throw for Zerusin. It's up. And it's no good. They miss them both. And Vendeas comes up with the rebound. And we have a timeout taken on the court. We're going to stay here, though, because this action is too good to pass up. So 13.8 seconds to go. Zerusin misses 2 free throws. And I think we actually have a full timeout, so actually we will take a timeout. We'll be right back on IWTigers.com for the final seconds in a 46-44 Tiger ball game. Welcome back, folks. We're returning to Olin G. Rubel Arena with 13.8 seconds left to play. Tigers hold on to a 2-point lead. They just missed a pair of free throws from Josie Zerusin. So the Griffins will have the ball and either a chance to tie or to take the lead. We'll see what they elect to do. They'll be inbounding past half court. Herring will do the inbounding duties. If you're the Tigers, this is the time to come up with a big defensive play. Griffins trying to inbound. And they do, and they throw it away, and that's going to be a turnover by the Griffins. So a lucky break here for the Tigers. Herring literally just threw it in to nobody, and it goes out of bounds. So if the Tigers can inbound one of their good free throw shooters, probably Hurd or Darby Masner, they can have a real opportunity to seal this win. And they give it into Masner. She's going to try to get past half court, but is fouled immediately, that time by Black. So Darby Masner will go to line and shoot 2. She's in a similar opportunity that Josie Zerusin was just in. If she can hit 2, would be perfect. But even just hitting 1 makes it a tougher play for the Griffins to respond with. And she hits her first one. And it's now 47-44. Here comes the second free throw. This could be the nail in the coffin. It's up and in. It's a 4-point ball game, 48-44. Timeout taken on the court. We'll take a quick one with them. We'll be right back for the final 12 seconds here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, folks. We're here on IWTigers.com where the Griffins will try to inbound. They trail by 4 with only 12 seconds left. So if you're Fontbonne, you're going for a 2-point play and then trying to get a steal off the inbound. Herring inbounds it. She gives it to Vendeas. She takes a deep three-pointer, airballs it, rebounded by Allen. She passes it off to Hurd. She's going to run up court and hold on to it, give it back to Allen. And here comes the buzzer, and this game is over. Tigers hold on to win 48-44. What a game for the Tigers. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back later with the men's game. But again, Iowa Wesleyan comes back and wins 48-44. We'll be back with the men's game here shortly on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, folks. We're getting ready for the second game of tonight's doubleheader with the Fontbonne Griffins. Earlier tonight, we saw the women's team of Iowa Wesleyan defeat Fontbonne 48-44 in a late game. It took some last-minute free throws by Darby Massner to really seal the win in for the Tigers. But in the win, Carice Allen was the leading scorer, and she posted a double-double. She had 15 points and 12 rebounds, and she led the Tigers again to a 48-44 win. The second leading scorer in the game was Caitlin Walker with 13 points, and then LaStella Slack, who posted 10 points and 8 rebounds for the Tigers. And now we're getting ready for the men's matchup, and this one should be a little more lopsided. The Tigers come in third place within the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. They just beat Westminster on Saturday 79-61, who was tied for first in the conference. And then coming into Olin G. Rubel Arena, the Fontbonne Griffins were 3-20 overall in the season and 3-13 in conference play. Their last game, though, was a little bit of a confidence booster. It was a 77-71 win over Spalding, but they are in 10th place, which is dead last within the conference. And the next game for the Tigers will be the season finale, or I should say the regular season finale. Tigers are fighting for one of those top 4 spots to get into the conference tournament. The game will be this Saturday at Eureka, who is 13-10 overall and 7-9 in conference play. The Tigers score 92 points per game while only allowing 82 points per game, and the Griffins score only 69 points per game while allowing 88.5 points per game. We have the starting lineups coming in. We'll start with the Fontbonne Griffins starting lineup. Coming in at number 1, a forward, a senior out of Izmir, Turkey. It's Orkan Bekis. And then at the other guard position, it's a senior out of Charleston, Missouri, number 5, Trey Watkins. At center, it's a big fella, 6'8", 215 junior out of Jackson, Missouri. It's Jack Lake. And they play 2 seniors in this lineup. The other one is a really big fella. Coming in at 6'8" and 320 pounds, the senior out of Winona, Missouri. It's Jeff Smith. And finally, at the other guard position, number 43, sophomore out of O'Fallon, Missouri, it's Chris McCann. Now the starting lineup for your Iowa Wesleyan Tigers. The sharpshooter out of Palmyra, Missouri, number 5, Brock Butler. At number 22 and number 23, the twin terrors of Danville, it's Michael and Steven Sokup. At number 24, it's CJ Singletary, the junior guard out of Evanston, Illinois. And finally, taking the 5th spot will be number 30, Austin Walker, the local product out of Ottumwa, Iowa. Getting the start today because Mitch Dre is out. He suffered a concussion in practice, so I don't even think he's on the bench today. He might be taking it easy back in his home or elsewhere. And Michael Sokup is returning to action. He missed the game against Westminster with illness, so it's good to have him back in the starting 5. The tip is won by the Griffins, and it's hauled in by Trey Watkins. He's being guarded by Butler. He gives it over to Bakis. Now with McCann on the right side, he's being guarded by Sokup. These 2 big fellas for the Griffins certainly give a size advantage to Fontbonne, but this season they really haven't been able to take advantage of it. Bakis hits a nice jumper from right behind the free throw line. Griffins take a 2-0 lead. Going right into the paint, and that's almost a turnover for the Tigers. Flying in was Michael Sokup. The ball was poked out by McCann. McCann, kind of a smaller player, but he's showing he's a little feisty on the floor. Coming in at 5'7", but he was chasing down the much taller Sokup. Tigers inbound to CJ Singletary, and he will drive right in, and he goes for a layup, splits the big fella. CJ Singletary showing no fear, going right into the paint. And we are all tied up at 2. Bakis gets the ball. He's going to give it to Smith, and they try to go inside, and it's knocked out. So it's knocked out of bounds against the Griffins, so it will stay Fontbonne ball. They get the inbound to Jack Lake, and they go inside here, and there's a shot from Watkins. Bounces around, no good. And they're going to be fighting for it. Bakis hauls it in. He gives it to McCann on the left side in the corner. He goes back up top to Watkins. A little bit of back and forth. Here comes the screen for McCann. He's going to dribble it back to behind the arch. Still guarded by Butler. And they go over to Bakis. Bakis also coming in pretty big. He's a 2'10", 6'4" senior. And if he's Mir Turkey, I would love to hear the story how he got down to Fontbonne. And there's a steal for the Tigers. They give it up to CJ Singletary on the fast break.